Chris, are we live now? Yeah, we are. That's very exciting. And we're live, and we are live. Yes, we are. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Sorry.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. Hello, everyone. Anne is actually struggling a little bit with the internet, but I think it should be fine. Unfortunately, she is Chinese, therefore she lives in China and she has Chinese internet. That is wonderful if you're in China, but if you're not, it's not that wonderful. It's been okay so far, so hopefully it'll be okay for now as well. How are we and how are you, Anne?
I'm good. How are you, Felix?
I'm very hot, 谢谢. Do you want to do that a bit in Chinese? I think could be nice. 今天好吗, Anne?
我今天很好，我开心。
好的, so you can hear the you can hear the connection is not wonderful, but you could hear Anne saying 开心 a lot there. It's because she's probably very. Are you depressed, Anne? Is that what you're trying to tell us? 你是不是很闷?
I'm the opposite.
Opposite of 闷. 好的, 好的. Okay. So, guys, welcome. Chris, can you make sure that we can see my my screen behind me? Otherwise, there's not much to point at. So, welcome everyone. Very exciting. What I want to start with today is going through what we're going to be talking about. It's not too many things. Basically, just three. Some Domino updates. Then what we want to tackle is Domino or Street Chinese, which is very enthusing. And then an open forum with any questions. We had a lot of questions last time. Let us know if you have any more. Till this time, then we could use up the time to answer questions today instead. First of all, I'd like to show you what we talked about last week. So Anne, you just have to follow my voice. Anne can actually not see what we're doing. Wonderful. Okay, so last time was episode 2. We shared with you anyone who missed this or anyone who did it. Anyone who didn't miss it, anyone who was here might want a little refresher here. We actually reached 10,000 followers. Anne, 现在 Facebook 上有1万人。关注我们，非常好。Woohoo! Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay, and then we have another thing is we have a goal, and we want to be transparent and clear with you about that. So we have our goal, and that is actually it should be like this, then you can see a lot better. 10,000. Oh, sorry, 1,000 subscribers. 1,000学生, and that is on our website exclusively. Then one more thing that I'm going to give a shout out for again is help us make a video. I think it's really wonderful that you are a part of our. We think it's wonderful that you're a part of what we're doing here. We want even more people to become a part of us. So if you think what we're doing is a good thing, please just hold up your phone or your computer. Just say one sentence is enough. One word is enough. 5 minutes if you want that. But that's not obligatory in any way. And then just send that to us. And we'd love to put together a little highlight reel of what students have to say about Domino. Then we went through these little expressions. Do you think does that make sense, Anne?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a reasonable demand?
Yes, very reasonable.
我也这么觉得，我也这么觉得。Guys, let us know if you want us to speak more 中文还是英文。要我们多说中文还是少说英文，还是少说中文？对。Then we had a little 23333。按是什么意思呀？这什么意思？哈哈哈哈哈哈。And we didn't actually know where it came from, but it's just how it is. Okay, so going on, we had some more Street Chinese. We have打Call, and that's something you should definitely use to support or to cheer on someone. And 你为谁打Call? Who do you support?
Wait, Domino Call.
You're so predictable. You should. And then we have what you're doing now. You are.
Hey, Chris.
Sorry.
With Chris Call.
Wait.
One day, yeah.
Thank you. Very unpredictable.
Felix, om det blir för svårt för att höra så kan vi alltid ta bort videon och så bara röst.
Ja, men gör det istället. You're having fun in China, Anne, but we can't hear everything. We'll delete your face for now, so it's only sound instead. Is that okay? Do you feel ignored?
No, I'm not.
Okay, good.
Waste of my free.
Then we have what you're doing all the time now, which is 笑出猪叫猪声. And what was that, Anne?
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
That means you laugh so hard and your laughter sounds like a pig screaming.
You can do any kind of funny face now because they can't see you. And then we had a few little Domino cultural tips that we asked about, or that we told you about as well. Things that you could answer with as well. Yes, Chris?
Yeah, you can ask Ann to shut her camera off.
And you can shut your camera off.
Just so we get better audio.
Till we get better audio. And thank you.
Is it
Okay.
better now?
Yes, you're sounding a lot better. Thank you. And guys, welcome to today. Now we're ready to start with the actual stream. Like I said, it's going to be a bit shorter today. 第一部分, the first part. 第一部分是 Domino updates, just a few ones. And then Street Chinese, which we like a lot. And tell us if you like it as well, or if we're just doing this for our own sake. Then any questions are welcome. We're trying to keep it short, so we can focus a lot on a shorter amount of time on everything. Here we go. Are you ready, Anne? 你做好准备了吗？
Yeah, I'm ready. 我准备好了。
好的，你的信号现在清楚了很多。Signal is 清楚了很多。清楚 is clear. Okay, again, I just want to remind you of this, guys. Help us make a video. If you like us, just grab a camera there. Let us know if you actually do like us. If you don't, that's nothing we want to hear about, though. But if you do, please just hold up a little camera and say a few things. And that's it for Domino updates. There are a few more updates, but we'll save those for next week. I just want to make sure that we get one Domino update for each week. Remember, we're here every week. So if you have any questions, if you want to hear anything from us, if you want to just follow us and see what's going on, or if you want to just learn some Chinese, then make sure you tune in every Wednesday. You can also watch it afterwards as well. Okay, moving on to Anne, 我们先继续到下一部分是 Street Chinese. Next part is Street Chinese. 这什么意思呀? What does this mean?
Slang.
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 Yeah. You're not as cute without your face, but we're all imagining it being here anyways. We miss it. 第一个 slang 的单词怎么说？第一个表达怎么说？
打鸡血。
对，打鸡血。
打 means 打鸡血。That means to hit or to inject. Here means to inject. You can see the can it see a picture?
Yeah, they see the little tick and the little hen. Yeah.
Yeah. So
What
you
is that?
can have like injection. That means to inject here. 鸡 means chicken. 血 means blood. So literally it means to inject chicken blood into your system, like into your veins. Sounds crazy. It means to be pumped up, but you means negatively, in a negative way.
So like.
Felix, yeah, give an example.
Should I give an example? I'm pumped up to 我打鸡血去做一些坏事，可以这么说吗？
可以说做坏事 like you're so pumped up for things like crazy. Like for instance, sometimes you if you work overtime all the time, that's not good, right? But if one of your colleagues just like they do work every night and every day and night, and seems like he's so pumped up for the work, but it's actually not good for him. You can say 他打鸡血一样的在工作。
So the idea basically is that you need, like, it's almost like a drug. You need it, otherwise you can't function, and you just need, it's too much. So if you want to be able to work 7 days a week, then this is the expression you use, and it's usually used, the connotation is negative. It's quite an advanced one, but it's quite funny though, because it literally just translates to, and these are very simple characters, 打鸡血. So hit chicken blood. 血 is a later character that you haven't learned yet, maybe. Yeah, inject. Literally though, hit, but yeah, inject. So yeah, was that all clear, guys? Let us know if you've heard of this or if you can think of any. Oh, sorry, Anne, you should speak louder. 听不清楚, Peter Swartz and Oriole said.
Okay.
And Greg as well. And we apologize on that behalf. It's just China and the rest of the world, and not its relationship, but its internet relationship isn't the best at the moment. We are very sorry. 非常对不起, 对不起, 对不起. We still want her to talk, so hopefully it's okay with a little bit of slightly worse connection. Guys, let us know if you have any examples of how you think you can use 打鸡血 in your everyday life. I'm sure you would impress a lot of Chinese people if you use this. Chris, they're saying it's quiet. It is not clear. It is not quiet, it is not clear. Greg, wait, you can read that as well, Chris. Sorry.
What is not quiet?
Read the YouTube comments. Anne, are you ready for the 我们现在可以继续到下一个什么怎么说流行的表达so 流行 is popular and 表达 is expression. So second popular expression, are we ready for that one?
Yeah. Let's move to the next one.
Next one, oh yeah, sorry. The translation is to be pumped, I wrote. So the expression to be pumped, you can just imagine it. Chris, that's very confusing. He's playing me in the background. I can hear myself talking. If I just stop talking, that will work it out, I think. So yeah, you're pumped.
It's like a Hi.
Were you saying things, Anne?
Oh yeah. So I was just checking this term that is online. Turns out that during Cultural Revolution, people believe that injected chicken blood into your system is a good thing. Like it can cure, it's good for your health. So it's a little funny fact. Like about this term. I think it's worth to mention. But
yeah.
So that's maybe why it is used in a negatively way, because injected chicken blood would never help with your health or anything.
Yeah. I think I've heard about that as well. Injecting yourself with chicken blood during the Cultural Revolution. Yeah. So I think it definitely has a cultural relevance as well. Okay. Expression 2, Anne. We just have a little, not a little, but we have a 大象 in a 房子里面。然后这个 and if we see something like this, we just go, guys, don't worry about it. It's just a petty thing. It's just like nothing to be fussed over, nothing to be fussed about. What do we say then, Anne?
小 case.
小 case. 小 case, exactly.
小 means little or small. Case, like a case in the law. How would you explain case?
Well,
it's like a small case, a piece of cake. Like, it's not difficult at all. It's very easy to handle, to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's really interesting here as well because one of the things that we struggle with in our course is the difference between 事情 or 事 and 东西. Guys, we can only see you type, we can't hear you, but let us know if you have any good definitions of the difference between that. I try to break it down a lot. And one good way to do it is by calling 事情. 东西 is something concrete, a thing, literally. But then 事情 or 事 cannot be a thing anymore. So then it usually translates to case for us to easier understand the difference between 事情 or 东西 or 事情. Do you think that makes a lot of sense, Anne? I think so.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
So Chinese people, my hands were caught here. So when Chinese people then say, when they want to say it's a small thing, they don't say thing because then it would be 东西. But in this case, like it's a petty matter, like a matter basically. They don't want to say thing because then they think that might confuse people with 东西because it's a 事情 that we want to say. So then they should just start using the word case instead. So if it's a big thing, they would say 大事 or small thing 小事. Let us know if you haven't learned this 事 yet. And we can refer you to the lesson where it's taught. So then, and what Chinese people like to do, you can You can confirm that, Anne, I think, that they like to take Chinese things and then put English things together with them. And then you get
exactly.
Chinglish. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's Chinglish. It's, it's just, I think it's just a combination of English and Chinese. Okay, it's a Chinglish, whatever.
Just call it Chinglish.
When you say Chinglish, I would think of something like I couldn't think of any example right now. But anyways, go on, please.
Go on, please. so
I was trying to. Sorry.
Let's take. Never be sorry. 你从来不要 sorry 啦。We have 小 case. So if an elephant walks into your house and he walks around on your furniture, and Anne comes in and she will then say. 小 case 啊, and then she'll walk away. So that hopefully gives you a complete picture of how we can use this 小 case word. It's actually, like Greg said as well, it is in the 6th module. So you might have to specify that because I'm not sure what you refer to as module in Domino Chinese. However, Greg has a question as well. Can we just say, because the measure word, as he knows very smartly if that's an adverb, is that 一件, like the 件 character is used as a classifier, as a measure word for 事情.
Yeah.
Yes. So then he said, but can't we just use 那件东西 to say that it's an abstract thing instead? Can you do that, Anne?
那件东西 I don't use that often. 那件东西
To be clear, I've never heard of this, and I don't think it's simply possible to say this. 件 is the measure word for 事情, and if we say 东西, it's just 个 instead. And that also gives you a good idea of when you should use what a 东西 is and what a 事情 is. Guys, if you're not aware of a 事情 is because that one comes later on, don't worry. You can come back to us when we're talking about this later on, and then it'll all be super clear. And you can pick up this expression too as well, 小 case. You'll be very proud of yourself. Every Chinese replies like that. Okay. We're moving on to 最后一个怎么说流行的表达. Here we can see a panda taking pictures of a little child, and the child is crying. So we need to Anne, 我们需要 NG 一下，我们需要 NG.
Yeah.
Give us the lowdown, Anne.
It's not good. It happens a lot it happens a lot when we shoot videos together. Like Felix and me. And I always NG because when I try to say something and I forgot what I'm going to say. So I'm going to say NG, like I'm going to start over again.
NG. Yeah. And so,
NG.
So
because it's not good enough, I have to retake.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, a retake. You demand a retake, and it's very funny because me having recorded a lot of videos in China, I heard everyone going about saying NG, and they're all very professional. I was like, oh, these guys, they know how to film, and they use professional language like NG. And then one day I asked my 摄影师, my cameraman, I asked him, NG 是什么意思? And then he said what Anne just said. He said, it's simply because they like English so much, so they just took the word not good. They abbreviated it up to NG, and now they just say it because it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Correct, Anne?
Yes, that's 100% correct.
100% correct. You have a lot of... So
yeah.
China has so many things where you just abbreviate things. English words that you just abbreviate. For instance, you have Photoshop. You never say Photoshop, really. You usually say...
PS.
You
take
Go on.
You just take a photo, the P from photo.
Yeah.
S from shop. I don't know why I'm saying this. Yeah. PS.
You're
we
helping
never say
us understand.
Photoshop because I think it's too difficult. Like if your English is not so good, it's very difficult for like a Chinese people who doesn't speak English to say Photoshop. So they would just choose the easier way, which is PS. But I noticed like Western people actually don't say that. They would say Photoshop. But yeah, let's say
would.
PS.
But what's wonderful about that is that, you know, just moving on a little bit further from this, for Chinese minds, they think, because they abbreviate things and they just make it into usually two letters. So in this case, NG. Yeah. But also what Chinese does, which is really flexible, which is something I'm envious about, is that if you say 一下, it's always after a verb. Like 看, but usually say, what do you say, Ann?
一下.
看一下. And then everyone knows. Yeah. So everyone knows then it's a verb. But then also what you can do is you can reverse the process. So you can take the 一下 and put it after anything, even English words. And in this case, you can say PS. But no one understands if you're saying PS as a verb. But then if you want to use it as a verb, you can just say PS 一下. PS 一下. So your face is not pretty enough and you would need to...
PS 一下.
Photoshop, NG 一下. Anything like that, just put 一下 at the end of these English abbreviations and you are golden. And Chinese people, without you knowing any of Chinese, any Chinese required, they will think you're fluent because you know of these things. Correct, Ann?
Yeah, that is correct.
That is correct. I just thought of this off the top of my head. And let us know if you have any more examples of an English word where you can say 一下.
一下, sometimes we say like just like 看一下, we say look 一下.
Yeah, look 一下, look 一下.
Look 一下.
You also have
listen 一下.
Sorry?
Listen 一下.
Listen 一下. You also have Google 一下. It doesn't sound good enough to say Google, because in English you say Google it. So in Chinese you would say Google, you don't say it. You don't say Google 它. Yeah, you say what?
Yeah. You say Google 一下.
Google 一下. Let us know if you have any more
Google
theories.
一下. Yeah.
Google 一下. Guys, let us know if you have any more things that you think we can abbreviate, and then we can test it on our Chinese person here. Anything that works with 一下. Anything that could be abbreviated as well, if you have any ideas. I think we can leave it there. So I think this is just a funny expression that came from my personal experience that I think I'd like to share, that I wanted to share with everyone else. So the panda is not doing very well with the kid. NG 一下，我们 NG 一下。我们现在已经到了最后一部分，就是 question time 的 question 问题的时间。So what can we do here, Ann? Can you explain it in Chinese? What are we going to do here?
我们在这里会回答你们所有的问题。如果你们有任何问题，你们都可以问我们，我们会一个一个的解答。
我们会一个一个的解答。解答 means if you know the word 解释 which means to explain, and then 回答 which means to answer. So explain and answer 解答 would just be a word to say we explain and answer in one word. English doesn't have words like that. Chinese does though. It's wonderful. If you have any words like that, let us know. Or if you have any questions, yeah. If you have any 任何问题可以问我们. Ask us one at a time. So if you don't mind, people, I forgot to do that. Let us know if you have any questions, guys. Because this is time for you to shine at this point now. And I've seen that I've missed a lot already. So, Chris, let us know if I've actually missed something. Benny is very, very clear about his intentions. He doesn't want to see much of me. I can understand that, Benny. Don't block Anne, he says. You have a supporter, Anne. Congratulations.
I have a what?
You have a supporter.
Yeah, I have a supporter. Thank you. What's his name or her name?
Benny.
Tell me.
Benny.
Okay.
Benny is actually... Benny has actually talked to us. He sent us an email and he likes Domino so much, and he invited us to come to China and visit him. I think maybe I'm saying too much here, Benny. Let us know if I am. But yeah, I think he was going to get married. I don't know if that panned out which direction, but yeah, we were invited to his wedding. We never went though, and I'm not sure about how things turned out. But yeah, that's Benny anyways, Anne. You see how we're good friends with all of our students.
Hi, Benny.
Let's rock, Felix. If you don't have any questions, guys, I'm going to... There's mostly just trolling going on now, I guess. If you don't have any questions, I'm just going to talk more about what I love, which is grammar rules. And for another 10 minutes, I think, and not let Anne in. Oh, can we get Anne's picture back, Chris? Do you think? I think people deserve it. We can try.
If Anne turns her video on.
Anne, turn your video on, and we can see if I have a question so far. So, what's the amount of characters needed to read a newspaper book? I would say that I can read a dictionary, a book or a newspaper at this point. I would say as soon as you're done with level 6, you are good. HSK level 6, that is. That requires about 3,000 to 4,000 characters, Greg. And so that means, with the domino measures, that means all of domino HSK, or the domino level 20, then a bit beyond that, there will be about 5 levels of like academic Chinese. Do those as well, and then you'll be beyond level 5, and then there's a few more. There'll be about, but I don't know when that is going to be ready with domino measures, but about 20 to 30, I'd say about 30 domino levels in total it requires to read a newspaper. I hope you have that much patience. However, we don't want your focus to be to read a newspaper, because how much of the language used in a newspaper do you need to, like, if you can't speak like a newspaper sounds, do you think you can still make friends and get jobs in China?
Yes.
Yes. Why so? Well, as a foreigner getting a job.
So I would say there's 2 main reasons I can think of. If you want to work, come and work at China, first thing, China is really friendly towards foreigners. Like, we're super friendly. Like, just take one example. Even if you just know how to say hello in Chinese, which is ni hao, and the Chinese people will be so happy, like you're making effort to learn our language. And that would never happen for me if I go to America and I say hello to people and people are amazed by my English. And if you could just come in and say ni hao, and everybody, wow, your Chinese is so good, and they really appreciate your effort to learn this most difficult language in the world. And that's one thing. It's just a little bit like Chinese, and make already enough to make Chinese people like you a lot. That's one thing, and the whole like environment is really friendly to foreigners, especially if you speak a little bit Chinese. The second thing is, for those Chinese company or foreign companies who have offices in China, I would say most of the time they would use English as the working language, because maybe that's the first place they want to hire a foreigner. They need some most of the job is done by English, so there will be no problem for you to do the job at your office. It's just so speaking a little bit Chinese would be a huge plus in that case. Yeah.
It would very much so.
Yes.
Also, from my personal experience, very good answer, Anne. Very good 解答. Look at that. What my personal experience as well is, when I was on Chinese TV, I was working on Chinese TV, I was on a big dating show. We have that on our YouTube page if you haven't seen it already. And just to answer you with another question about how much Chinese characters you need to know, I wasn't able to read a newspaper at that point, but I still got a job on Chinese television, because you don't need to be super academic when you speak to anyone or when you get a job. If you are Chinese, they will expect another level. But if you only want to work, then they don't expect you to speak like a newspaper speaks. So don't focus on the newspaper. Focus first of all on our HK or Domino Chinese and the 10 levels, and then move on from there.
Yeah, exactly. Also,
2 weeks.
I would say, like, for me.
Okay. Sorry, Anne.
Oh, I was saying, I totally agree with Felix that I don't focus too much on newspaper level, because I think even for me, I can read newspaper fine, no problem. But if you ask me to write stuff like that, it's a little bit difficult. Just think about the people who write all the news. They are professional editors. They're professional journalists. So they write in a certain way, which is difficult than the language we use in daily lives. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so reading newspaper can help you. That's good. But if you cannot, don't spend too much time on that. I wouldn't say that's a priority for you to improve your Chinese. Yeah.
Correct. So what do we have? We have Benny asks, how can I get my test reset? You can't Or you mean I think, Benny, there's loads of different tests. I think you need to specify there's either lesson masteries, there's level masteries, there's those two things basically, and there's after each video as well. You can't get them reset. You either pass them or you don't. If you don't pass them, we'll show you haven't passed them. If you pass them, you have passed them, and then you'll get a certificate according to that. So I don't think there's any idea with resetting them unless you're reborn again and you've forgotten everything, you want to go from scratch. But then maybe just go with a new account. Jessica, 中国大新美国人, haha. So you bet.
大新 what?
Big heart.
中国
She's at level 1, you can tell, because she likes to work with her hearts and then big and small. So China, big heart, American people. I think she's trying to say, make it into a verb.
Chinese people love American people. Yes, that's true.
And good, you're able to make a sentence only using those words. That was beautiful. And we have another question, which I really think is important. Again, we want to grow, and it's super important that you understand, guys, that if you help us grow, we can make you better in return. And one of the things that I am going to start doing, and I have started doing already with a few people from our community, is that we give you an individual, a personalized link. And with that link, you can actually get new people to sign up. You give that link out to as many as you want. Say that person A here, person A, whose name is Albert, he clicks the link, and then Albert here will get a month for free at Domino. We're also very happy to share our profits with you here, because that way we can grow and you feel like it's worth helping us promote us. So every month that Albert's here, this is purely promotional if you're interested. I think it's worth mentioning anyways. Any month here that Albert is a student of ours, you will get 10 kwai from us. I think that's quite nice. So that means this is actually from our early adopters. Later on, later adopters will get less though. But every month that Albert is a subscriber, you'll still get 10 kwai then. So that means if you get about 10,000, or say you get 1,000 people to sign up, after about 3 months you build up that much. In that case, you'll be getting, what is that? That's about 1,000 USD per month. And that's not 1 month, that's every month. So I think that's pretty generous of us, and that's because we believe in our platform. And we think, and people usually stay on our platform, and we want to reward you for helping us grow as well. I think that sort of answers your question, Alan.
Sharing, right?
Chris comes up saying sharing, that's his biggest philosophy.
Sharing.
Sharing is caring.
And like they do, comment on the stuff.
You can come in here and say,
yeah, sorry.
Then we'll wrap this up and you can say goodbye together.
I will come in.
And he's here now.
Good, yes, share stuff. I'm going to talk into the mic. Share stuff, share. And also like you do now, tell us what you think. Benny, I'm going to clarify. Benny said here, he is dyslexic. So actually it may be a good feature, right, that you can actually reset your test, even though you passed. So you can do it again because you do want to go back. So maybe you have come to level 4, you want to go back to level 1, just double check that you have everything nailed. So that's a great suggestion. That's a feature, right? These sort of stuff helps us to develop the site and keep on building it, right? So all of that stuff is super great, super great.
Thank you.
So I'm going to run away again.
Run away?
I can stay for a little bit.
If you don't have anything to say, just run away. So I'll run away in a bit as well. First of all, I think we can read this here. Let's read the last.
Here in Moscow, Chinese people, students, literally act and behave like ghosts, mainly because they do not speak English, but it's even weird for me to notice them just walking nearby and dismissing. I'm not...
Yeah,
sure.
We should answer that in a professional way by walking away. No, but Alan, I saw your question as well. Guys, let us know if you're interested in one of these links. We'll personalize them. We'll give them to you. And we can also give you a few little templates that you can put on any sort of social media page. And we will help you track them. Wonderful. Contact us simply through any means. Or just, you can also comment here. I'm interested. Help me help you.
And there was one question previous that was, you should have like a Telegram for everyone where everyone can talk together. We have that, but it's on WeChat. Right?
Make sure you guys are on WeChat.
Yeah, be on WeChat. That's the Chinese way. It's much better to download that. And there are several, I think, Domino groups where you can connect with other students.
There's about 3 with 300 each.
Do.
Make sure you can go to our Domino website, go into study material, and then you'll find a QR code that you can scan with your phone. So that's it really. I'm interested, help me help you. I don't... 听不懂.
我看不懂啊，
听不懂，听不懂。
他说啥？
我说啥？Wonderful. Let's strike a chord there and walk away. Anne,
Yeah.
你还有什么想
I'm
说吗
gonna slowly disappear
？Slowly.
walk-
as you're
Really?
walking away.
Anne, while we disappear, can you teach them 无法可说？
无话可说。
Bye, guys. I'll see you next week. Next time.
Oh.
Same time next week.
Next Wednesday,
There we go.
same time next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Chris, should I say something, or are we off now?
I think we're still live.
Please turn it off.
We're still
Cindy,
alive.
please turn it off.
Oh, we're still.
Cindy, this is very awkward. Please turn it off.
Turn it off, please. First of all.